go. Cunts. It's, what is this, episode 7?
Ooh, I missed the last couple
8.
episodes.
I think I'm out of order because, alright, well, yeah, first of all, it's, what is it, November 12th? The last one,
yes.
Last one we did was when Seth was home, which I want to say was July 2nd, which is not posted as of right now.
Because we just
recovered it. I just got it back. I thought I lost it. So that'll be up. We had admin Seth on from California. He was in town. That was fun. It was nice to meet Seth finally in person and fuck around for a week with him.
He left with a little bit bigger booty hole.
He had an itch. He fucked a girl from the UP or something like that.
While he was visiting?
Yeah, I met her on Tinder. She was going to school in like Green Bay or something, but she was a UP mountain woman and fucking, I guess she stunk. I don't know. So, for what it's worth.
Well, do your norm. It's the date and then introduce us.
Yeah. Well, it's November 12th, 2017. This is Steve here with Alex. Say hello, Alex. Evan, Alex. Dan.
Howdy.
And
cowboy right away.
the infamous
Dickhead Dan shows up again.
douche flute Dan. And the infamous
Fuck you.
the infamous Jamie Stahl.
Evening.
So yeah, it's been
it's been pretty hectic.
5 months,
Yeah.
I think. 5 months. I don't know. Yeah, things just kind of spiraled for me.
I didn't really think we were going to take a break from the podcast. I knew summer was going to be busy, and I just figured we'd try and work them in.
Yeah, well, it just happened. I mean, I kind of got away from like pushing for it, and then when we did try, it just didn't work, and
The scheduling.
We were all busy.
Yeah, I moved.
Fucking bus kept me busy.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're back. We're here.
Yeah.
It's hunting season. I'm fucking pumped. I'm so jacked about it. But
I know. I got a bull, but the day I bought it, I took it to a buddy's house, and he drew it back, and the string slipped out of his fingers.
oh, dry fire snapped the string.
Didn't snap the string, thank God, but my peep sight went flying.
Down.
So I just haven't gotten it in to get a new peep sight, and so
Yeah, that sucks.
I just bought my deer gun license today because I procrastinate usually to the last minute, so I'm a week ahead on that.
That's good. I'll buy mine like Thanksgiving Day. Something like that. If I go at all, that's usually how that goes for me.
What, second weekend?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do that shit all the time. Somebody will call me like, "Hey, you want to go driving?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll go buy."
Well,
a license.
I must have screwed something up because everything's done online now. So I went online and I purchased it, but I didn't get a doe tag.
I didn't either for my archery.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what that's about. I was just gonna buy. What are they, like $5 or something for
12.
For 12?
Yeah, the license and the buck tag is 24, and then the bonus doe tag is $12.
Dude, we see like fucking 5 tags.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just expected the doe
Get that little
tag.
printout piece.
Now, if you're doing a drive, do you have to have a license?
No, you just can't carry a
You
gun.
can't carry a gun.
Okay.
So like, yeah, you can go run through the woods for us, Alex. That'd be fucking
You can
awesome.
straight up
I don't
walk.
fucking run no more. I'm retired.
all you're doing is walking. I mean, they can't give you a ticket for that.
Yeah. Just wear orange.
I don't know. Have you been to Green Bay? They'll give you a ticket for walking.
So, before we go too far out, Alex, you said you had some crazy ass date or something today?
Oh, yeah.
Sure what it was.
Okay, so the date stems from last night. About 4 days ago, I had a date set up for Sunday today at noon. And last night I was at a show, and they had a concert hall, and in between the concert hall, they had a bar as well. So I go out to the bar to go grab a drink because I couldn't get to the back. And as I'm sitting at the bar waiting, the chick that I'm supposed to have a date with today shows up with another dude at the bar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She's meeting you at the same place, but you're not on your dime at all.
It's something like that, yeah.
No, she was out on another date with somebody
Right,
else.
another dude.
Yeah.
There's another dude there, so... and he wanted to make his fucking presence known. He's all hanging all over, and I'm like, Jesus
Did he
Christ.
know about you or what? Or just...
Well, he must have, because he's fucking eyeballing me and shit, and he's giving me that fucking look like he wanted to get some. But, and he's all fucking eyeballing me up, and he's hanging all over. It looks like a wet fucking blanket, molesting her. And then,
That's my call. I do that.
yeah, but, you know. So, I was like, you know, do I go on the fucking date tomorrow or do we not? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking risk it. I'm going to go out there, and if she doesn't show up, fucking I'm having breakfast by myself and I look like a dickhead. Which isn't that abnormal, but... So I'm sitting there, sure shit, she fucking shows up. I'm like, you gotta be fist fucking me. She showed up. After last night, she's fucking there, seeing me, like, no shit. Alright.
Was it a brother, though?
Were they, like, kissing on each other?
Yeah, kissing, hugging. She's grabbing on his fucking belt loop and all that shit. And I was like, this fucking bitch. So, I was like, what are the odds that she shows up? Sure shit. So she must be trying to test the waters, whatever the fuck she's thinking, whatever, it doesn't matter. Long story short, we get down to breakfast, ordering shit. I ordered a steak and eggs omelet, which was like $15. I ordered it was essentially 6 shots of espresso. I had 3 doubles. And I was fucking buzzing, and that's why I got a headache now, because I fucking crashed earlier, took a nap, and then Jamie messaged me like, hey, make sure you're out here this time and shit. And I was like, all right, cool. And I'm still trying to fight this shit off, but I ended up pulling the whole, like, hey, by the way, I'm going to go rock a piss real quick. I'll be right back. And I never showed back up. Fucking piss with the bill.
No shit.
Fucking A.
Oh, my God.
So my breakfast costed $45 by myself. So, there you go.
Oh,
Did you get a message?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, no. I had her up on Tinder, so she doesn't have my phone number. She doesn't have me on Facebook or nothing. So it was just like, sign a ditch, I'm out, fuck you.
Oh, wow.
So she's got no way of contacting me to even tell me I'm an asshole. Like I fucking don't know. But.
No shit.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So I left that bitch with $45 just for my breakfast.
If I...
Yeah, round of applause on that one. You're fucking...
Yep.
Well, way to go.
This is why my mom doesn't love me.
I don't know if I honestly have ever heard of somebody do that before. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was this afternoon. So...
So
The
you
best-
have a good day.
The best part is she wanted me to fix her fucking car. Like, you know, with me being a mechanic, I get a lot of people that want shit done for free all the time, and you know, like if we're fucking banging uglies and shit, yeah, whatever, no big deal. But
Well, she probably would have banged you for the car repair. But as soon as that car's done, she'd
probably skate, yeah,
go back to that fucking douche canoe she was with.
yeah,
Or the
Whatever.
next fucking loser that she needs something from.
yeah. You never know. But I ain't gonna lose no sleep over it. I mean, it's not like she's the only one. I'm fucking bumping uglies with some fucking broad right now, and I got another one that's hitting me up, and I don't think she has a clue what she's getting into because she's a church girl. So, but then again, being a church girl, she might be a fucking freak too. You never know.
You never know.
I'm not against finding out. I'm just hoping I leave with all my dick. Hope she don't bite it.
So I'm just gonna say.
Go.
I've been seeing someone, as you guys know.
Yeah.
And that
What's
Alex
his name?
What Alex is talking about is exactly what I miss of not seeing somebody. Is the fucking
The single life, going on dates, and
just the you have no idea. Like I've
Right.
gone on dates already where I've been given the address, didn't really look, like it was in Appleton, didn't really look it up along the river. I'm thinking, oh, this is really nice. I start coming down this fucking side road, and I'm like, this is I'm getting fucking mugged here. Like you know, I've had that like whole shit moment happen to me, and then it ends up being okay, or you know, things are fine. But like that little hint of the unknown is a fucking blast. But I'm very happily content with how things are now.
Alex,
So.
how was the date otherwise? Good conversation, or did you just kind of piss you the whole time so you were blowing up?
No, I mean, it was okay. I played it off because in the back of my head I already had this shit planned. I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking die in a ditch and leave this bitch with this bill. So I was like, I'm just going to play it cool, whatever. I didn't even bring up the night before. Like, the thing is, she was there for as long as I was. They were there after I left. You know, the concert was done and shit. And they were still there. And, so I'm sure it was pretty uncomfortable for her because she wouldn't even look at me, but that dude just eyeballed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe he's a closet fag and wanted some too. I don't fucking know, but like, I just played it off, played it cool, and then, you know, she probably didn't suspect anything was up, and then holy fuck, I got this large bill to pay. So
You know,
Whatever.
if that ever happens to you again, you should totally have just gone up to her Saturday night and been like, hey, you know, Kelly or whatever, like we still on for breakfast tomorrow, like.
You know, and I thought about doing that, trying to make that shit completely fucking awkward, but I was like, no. I was like, I don't need to be fighting people in the bar right now.
I'm gonna
right?
guess, just throwing this out here, like she wasn't wearing the same thing she was wearing the night before.
No.
So clearly they went back to her place after the concert,
Well,
so
not
she was
necessarily.
able to change. I mean, she could have cruised home too and changed quick, and then went on your breakfast date. But
Well, it was Saturday night is when I was at the concert, and then it was Sunday
morning, right?
Yeah.
I'm
This
sure.
afternoon.
I'm gonna assume that they spent the night together. So I mean, you didn't.
Could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get free breakfast out of you.
Right. Yeah.
They fucked up. You can't play these fucking games with me. Like back in my service days when people would play practical jokes and shit on me. Like the one dude thought it'd be funny to. We started doing practical jokes back and forth as we always do, you know, harmless things. But he thought it'd be funny to fill my fucking toolbox with grease, grease all my tools and all that shit. Well, I played it off for like 3-4 days before I hit him back, and I foam filled his fucking toolbox shut. So I hit him with expanding foam, and it took him like 6 hours before he finally just gave in. And I was like, dude, just soak that fucking gasoline, it'll eat that shit away, and then you can open it up. But yeah, so I don't know, when it comes to shit like that, man, I'm devious. I'm gonna get you back. The worst part is I'm like over the top though. I'm not gonna get even, man. I get ahead by like 3 folds. Fuck it. So, but yeah, so that bitch didn't have any idea what was coming.
Jamie again, half in the conversation because he's staring at his phone.
None of my shit will fucking post. Don't know what's going on.
I think we've had that issue in the past.
Yeah,
I know
when
I
it
have.
gets
and
shut
I didn't
down.
know if it was my phone or.
I even
Just
jumped on the
the service,
Wi-Fi
but-
here, and yeah, no, it's not even doing nothing.
So
Fuck.
What happened? Was it like maybe 2 or 3 months ago? I remember on our group messenger, there was somebody hopped on and was like, 6 is gone. What was that about? It just was under review or some bullshit.
We've had that in the past.
Okay.
I don't know if it was 5 or if it was 6 at another point, but we've had that in the past where Facebook shut us down, and then they sent the admins and everybody that is involved in Facebook message saying that to get your page back up, you will need to clean it up and then have us review it again.
Yeah.
So the first time it happened, I went on there and went scrolling through, deleted every nude pic, but I only went back like a week. Because I mean, there's like how many posts a day. So
when we lost 5 or 4, I did the same thing. I went back like 3-4 months. I mean, I was on it for a minute.
Yeah. No, I only went back like a week, and then I think I resubmitted it, and they brought it back on. So I'm guessing I didn't go through 6 this time because somebody else kind of posted on Yards that they were already on top of it.
Derek and I went back through
Yeah.
a month and deleted everything we could find. It was, yeah. I mean, it's just time consuming. Go through all of it, check out for nudes and anything that's questionable.
I mean, it sucks to lose a fucking page that's got 40K on it. 'cause
Right.
The other backup pages don't have everybody on it. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt,
I think 7 has 12.
12 or 13, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 8, I think, maybe at 7.
Right.
6, 7.
And I'm pretty sure those 12 on 7,
Was there a knock?
that might have been upstairs.
I thought it was upstairs.
But
Yeah.
those guys are already on 6, and they're already preparing for the future, and they're on 7 and 8.
Yeah. So if you're trying to stick around, we highly advise getting a hold of us for pages 7 and 8. That way,
Well, we
if
posted
6
before
goes
on 6, hey, just in case we get fucking bombed here, get on 7, get on 8.
As soon as 6 came back on, I think Jamie posted that.
Yeah.
Something about, hey, we also got, because we're meant 7 and 8,
Right.
So look it up, join right away, because if this thing ever happens again and we can't get 6 back,
Right.
I was surprised they gave us the option to review it.
Yeah.
I thought it was gone.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was, I don't know.
I tell you what, compared to page 1, man, days have gotten. The page is pretty fucking clean in comparison to
right.
this page. 1 was nonstop. I remember I used to blow that shit up all the time. One thread, I'd post up 40, 50 pictures of. I'd do like a redhead thread, or I'd do brunettes, or I'd do fucking dykes, or whatever.
Yeah.
I just blow that shit up, and everybody was just like, "How the fuck?"
Yeah.
And it just blowing it up. Guys are loving it, and then I eventually got caught. So then I made my burner account, and then after my burner account, that got bombed right away, like within an hour. They caught onto that shit. They wanted verification, so I sent them a picture of me flipping them off, and then they approved it. They approved my burner account, and that shit lasted for like 3 weeks before they axed it all together. But then I made another burner account that they didn't even approve that. It was up for like 3 minutes, and then they caught on, killed it, and I had to start all over. So, but as of right now, I don't have a burner account, so I got to behave for now. But
I have a burner account. I have my old phone, and it's connected through there. So I should actually pull that out of the fucking, wipe the dust off, and get that going again.
Yeah, I use my iPad. I've got another account on my iPad that I clean up on. But
I should probably make like 4 or 5 burner accounts, and then.
Well, Jamie Stahl, how many how many accounts have you gone through?
I think it was 6 the last time I counted, and
I say at least 4.
Yeah.
At least.
whatever happened to Barry McCockiner?
Yeah, I don't know. He
Yeah.
contacted me. We got him back on as I can't remember what the hell. He changed the name up and everything, and then all of a sudden he was going at it again, and then all of a sudden he's gone again. And
Yeah, he was.
Still have to meet
he
the
was
guy,
Barry
but-
McCockiner, and then he Facebook jailed that one, and so we had Barry Johnson or something like that, and then Barry McCockiner came back, and it was all good, and then he's just gone.
That's too bad.
That was like a
it's
joyful
got to be
moment on the
somebody
page.
I know though, because the way he's talking and to even have that much.
Well, he was from California too, wasn't he?
Yeah, who knows? Anybody could be from Cali. But yeah, to have that much time to go through all them fucking pictures and do all that.
Yeah.
And why? What's his motive? But yeah, if he's listening to this, tell him to contact me again.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like the guy.
Yeah, nothing but compliments about the guy.
Yeah,
Whatever happened?
he's definitely, he was a page favorite,
Mhm.
Always something. Almost every day.
And there's a couple other guys out there too. If you go into the group statistics of it all, and it'll say who's doing all the posting and most posting, and a lot of these guys, they'll drop like 4 postings that would need approving, and it's just one picture. You can group that all together, so it doesn't just clutter it up. And I know everybody's trying to get their posts approved, and we're doing the best we can. And I'm really proud of what the guys have been doing. You guys have been kicking ass and throwing hammers around. That's what it's all about.
Do we have
It's my
any
specialty.
Do we have any good guidelines as far as like what we aren't approving
Don't fuck
for
up.
people?
There's a guy.
Yeah, there was one yesterday with that damn bear picture, and I just kind of glanced at it, and then they started turning into a pissing match, and it's just like, come on, man, really?
All that massive fucking Russian bear.
The thing is, too, like,
yeah.
there's.
I don't know if it's real.
It was cool to look at.
Yeah.
I read the story about it, and it's like, yeah, fake or real, whatever. It's just, it's not like somebody's trying to scam you. It's just, it looks cool to look at, And
Well, the
I know
thing
the-
is,
the
I don't
one-
think people
the
have a
one guy-
realistic
the one guy
idea of
was
just
on
how
there.
fucking big bears
Yeah.
get. And I think that's why people are thinking it's fake, because they're holding up this paw.
Well, that's
But-
the thing. The one guy was on there. Oh, I live in bear country. Bears don't get that fucking big. Grizzlies don't get that fucking big.
Well, that wasn't a fucking grizzly. That was a Kodiak. That's a different
good
fucking
for
animal.
you, dude. This thing's from Canada. They get a lot bigger than they do in Montana.
I think it was Russian actually.
Yeah, it was
Oh
from
yeah,
Russia.
that's right.
Siberian.
Which is, Christ. I mean,
Those,
The-
those fuckers are crazy.
The thing is, people don't realize just how fucking big and powerful bears are.
right.
I mean, we got black bears here,
We were just talking about that.
300, 400, 500-pound black bears,
And they're kind of docile compared to them fuckers.
yeah. Well, I know guys that'll take half rotted out logs and they'll drill out the center and they'll stuff that fucker full of donuts and peanut butter and whatever, and the bears will rip that right open. They'll get their claws in there and split that log right in half to get to the food.
I knew a guy that got his bear tag, and he was going up north every weekend baiting, and every weekend he had to cut down new trees to make logs, because what they would do is they would kind of I don't want to say Jenga it, but they would crisscross these logs and everything to make it damn near impossible to reach in there and grab the bait. They would go back every weekend and these logs would be thrashed. I mean, you got a 1 foot log broken too.
Sure, I believe it.
These bears would just get a hold of it. It wouldn't budge, and they would just, nope, this is going to budge. And they would break this log in half to get their way to the bait. I mean, they're powerful animals. So you get something out of Russia that's, 1,500 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Russian bears, if it's real or not, but it looked pretty fucking cool, man. Like that thing, that the hide was ungodly. I mean, it was fucking insane. But
I mean, it was a car cover, is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so jacked
the way
about
they
hunting,
stretch that out.
Fucking.
Yeah, I bought a new tree stand this year.
Oh, you did?
I usually sit on the ground. I mean, Chris, how long have I been hunting? 10, 20 years? Been hunting for 20 years. I don't think I've ever sat in a tree stand more than one day. And it was a buddy of mine's tree stand. Nope, I'm not going out today. I'm like, you mind if I... Nope, go ahead. Climb up there and sitting there for, 4 hours on the afternoon.
Do you have it set up yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did it last weekend.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you haven't. Oh yeah, this is that.
So that's another picture of a bear from Russia somebody hunted. I mean, in that picture, it's not as big as that bear that's made big news or whatever, but still, it's a big fucking bear.
Yeah.
You should send that to Yards. Take a screenshot of that. Send it to Yards so I can post it. Put it up with the.
I mean, look at the size of the paw of that thing.
Oh yeah,
that's
man. I mean,
probably 1.5 times the size of somebody's head.
Did you
If
guys
not
see
bigger.
the? I don't know if that was on.
And that's the Eurasian brown bear.
I don't know if that was on 6, or if it was just in like one of the other admins posted it to his page, but it was the wild pig that some kid shot down in Alabama, I think it was.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know if I saw that.
And the previous world record was like 800 pounds. It was Pigzilla or Hogzilla.
Yeah.
And everybody, the rumors with it, oh, it's over 1,000 pounds, blah blah blah. Well, somebody ends up shooting it, and it only rolls in at like 806. Well, still, that's a big fucking pig.
That's insane.
Well,
We got some of those running around Wisconsin.
yeah.
You can find them at your local bar.
But down in Alabama, this 12-year-old kid with a 50 cal pistol shoots this pig. Well, the picture of it, yep, he's a 12-year-old kid, so it's gonna look bigger, but still a monstrous pig. It's weighed in at like 1,060 pounds. So that would be the new world record.
Dude, that's like it's like a fucking elk.
Yeah.
Like.
Right. I mean, that's a size of a bear.
That's insane.
So here's a weight average of Eurasian brown bear. A max weight of 1,060 pounds and nearly 8.5 feet. So, I mean...
It's possible.
That's-
It's possible that was real then.
He just described that pig I was talking about.
Yeah.
So that pig was the size of a fucking bear.
Well, and you have to understand down south, they have your native hog species, and then you have... When the hurricanes came through, that's a theory of how all this started, was that these domesticated pigs got loose and mixed and whatever, and then you got these Eurasian, like, boar that were brought over from Russia that are used to surviving in the Siberian winters and shit, and they mixed or whatever. And so now you've got all these like super fucking mega hogs that could survive an apocalypse, and
it's always nice out.
Well,
and they can eat anything.
A long time ago, that's how I heard the feral pig population got started. They, storms come through and thrash a farm or something, and these domestic pigs get loosed into the wild, and they adapt. Within a week, they're covered in hair.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
very
common.
short amount of time.
Within a month, they're growing tusks.
Yeah.
Well, I've already heard of in Wisconsin. I want to say it was like Northwest, like Sawyer County or something like that.
Crawford County.
It was this last year when there was reports of wild pigs, and it was mandatory shoot on sight.
Yes.
No license, no anything. The DNR. Well, how often does the DNR say no? You can just shoot something. We don't care.
Yeah.
Well, and that's not the first time that we've had them. There was a guy that went down to Texas. He actually got in a lot of fucking trouble for this. He got felonies and hunting privileges stripped. I don't even know if he's allowed to go fishing anymore. I mean, DNR just dicked him right down. But he went down to Texas, brought back, I think it was 31 boar on a fucking trailer, and released them here. And his reason behind it, from what I had read, was he wanted to offer a new type of hunting for the Wisconsin and Midwest area. And I don't think he understands the destruction that these fucking hogs bring.
Absolutely not.
I've done quite a bit of research on this because I wanted to start a business with a buddy of mine down in Florida. So my understanding is they can breed up to 3 times a year, up to 22 piglets at a time.
Yep.
And within 6 months of age, they can breed again. Or a 6-month-old pig can breed.
Right.
So when you factor in twice a year it's breeding up to 22 piglets, that's out of fucking control. Out of control. And what eats it besides us? Besides an occasional bear catching one, or down there, a croc, or...
They don't have bears and wolves or anything down there that would hunt them down south.
The bear. I don't think a bear would hunt a hog. A wolf.
If they come up on one that's not paying attention, oh fuck yeah.
Sure.
Now wolf.
Who's gonna pass up
I
bacon?
could see, or a coyote would hunt a small one. And they hunted packs normally.
Yeah, but not like a natural. Well, they're not native to here. That's why. But
they do have
the bigger pigs.
They do have the Razorbacks down there, which are native.
Oh, okay.
So
you're gonna need a pretty big pack to take down a big pig, because otherwise you're just...
Well, once they get past 100 pounds, 80 pounds, the only thing that's really gonna fuck with that at that point is a gator, or they've got those fucking snakes that got let loose or happen in hurricanes or whatever. So they got your python species and shit down there. They would take one. I mean, they could take deer up to 100 and some pounds. So, but they'll live off that for months. So it's... to be released up here where they don't have anything that's going to eat that. I mean, you might get wolves that will, but a pack of wolves will take down one of them, and they're going to feed off that for a day, 2 days, and they're back in the hunt. They're not guaranteed to catch one every day. So and pigs are fucking fast. I mean, they're fast
and they're dangerous.
They're extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
A 200-pound pig with essentially indestructible razors that continuously grow, and every time they open and shut their mouth, their tusks get sharpened. It's people laugh because it's like, oh, that's just a pig. No, it's not a fucking pig. That's a wild animal. That thing will fuck you up. They've killed people. They've eaten people. Down south, they eat dogs right off the chain. They're no joke. We don't want that shit here. And then they can destroy a good-sized pack, can destroy up to 40 acres of farm field in a night.
Yeah.
And when you factor, let's say corn, for instance, give or take, goes for about $1,000 an acre. That's $40,000 in a night that a farmer loses to a pack of fucking pigs. That's no joke.
Yeah.
It's no joke. So, for somebody to release that shit up here, hell no. Of course the DNR was all over it.
Yeah, it was one of the last years I hunted up north, up by Rice Lake, north of Rice Lake, south of Superior.
Sure.
Little town called Minong is where we kind of set up base camp. And then it got a lot of public woods up there. And it's fucking awesome. We had great years hunting up there. Wolves did move in and out, so it pushed the deer to this section or that. But the one year I can remember, and we got, I think it was in the Wisconsin rule book. and it talked about the feral pigs, and it had a map of the heavily populated pig areas. And we were right smack dab in one of those heavily populated areas. And it was one of those shoot on sight. I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's hope I get a pig, bacon, and venison this year, you know. I didn't even see a deer, let alone a pig. It was kind of depressing, because it's like, you walk through the woods, you don't see no pig sign. You know, it's like, how can they consider this a highly populated area?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at least they take it seriously, because, like I said, I remember hearing about that, and it was like, wait, the DNR is saying if anybody sees it, you don't need a small game license, you need to just fucking shoot them, please.
Well, it says right here, Crawford County, Wisconsin has been dubbed the Wild Hog capital of Wisconsin. So I was right with Crawford County. Apparently some guy got down there and started hunting them. Yeah, I guess these guys just went to town. Had their dogs out.
That'd be fun to do. I would get it. I would enjoy that.
Well, we are talking about
Yeah, we're talking about going to Texas.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Helicopter
Well,
ride?
so this guy's sitting here. This guy's sitting here with a 130-pound hog that was shot from that area, and I mean, that's when you look at the size of them, that's no joke. Just a small 130-pounder, and people might think, you know, well, 130 pounds is a pretty big animal. Well, for a hog,
I compare that to a deer.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like a doe. It's like a good sized
Yeah.
doe.
it's a really good size
Yeah.
doe, you know. It's like 130 to 150. That's kind of the doe you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. I passed on one tonight. Passed on one about that big tonight.
but you know, that's small. That they get 2, 3 down south. You know, they can get 400, 500, 600 pounds if left alone long enough, and if they got the right genetics. So, but you know, Texas, you can go shoot at night.
Yeah.
Throw some night vision goggles on and go to fucking town.
Which you can't even do that for predators around here.
No.
You can't do that for anything.
You can use a light at night,
For coyotes.
but only when you're about to take your shot.
Yeah.
So you can't have a spotlight shining the entire time on the area you want to be taking your shot. You can only turn that light on when you're about to shoot.
Well, as soon as you do that, they're spooked. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You better be Johnny on the spot for that shit.
There's guys that do it though. A lot of there's people like coons too. Hunt coons at night, don't you? Yeah. I don't know. I never did any of that shit, but yeah. No gun season though. God, it's another year at it. Are you guys all? Well, Alex, you said you don't gun hunt, do you?
No,
No.
I don't hunt. Not unless it's got 2 legs and shooting back at me.
Yeah.
But I've been. I know. I was glad I got to go bull hunting this year for the first time in like 4 or 5 years, and that was sweet. I've gone twice now because my bow was shooting like shit for the past month. I couldn't get it. Finally got it straightened out and it's working now, and shooting how I feel comfortable go hunting with it now, and went out Friday night. Had one she was very big. Came up 10 yards. The wind. She came right into where the wind was blowing, but could have smoked her. And I was waiting for a buck. You know, it's rut right now. I'm not gonna shoot the first doe that walks by. And then tonight I was sitting and hunting in a different stand deeper in the woods, and I hunted all morning, didn't see anything today, and then went in this afternoon about an hour before dark. I had a smaller doe come through, and she passed fairly quickly, and I was sitting there and I'm like fuck, this is gonna be the only deer I see, like here we go. And then right about half hour later, which my dad always told me, you get a doe come through this time of year, about a half hour later is when the buck will follow if
Right.
you know, if they're tailing. And all of a sudden I start hearing noise, same trail, and I'm fucking just jacked. I'm so pumped up. I'm like, here we go. This is that. The way she came was perfect. It was if it would have been a buck following her, it was fucking no brainer.
Yeah.
It was his best shot as I'm gonna ever get. And here it ends up being a doe and 3 little ones yet, which I was surprised they were all together. And then following them was this like jacked up. It had one spike.
Yeah.
It was maybe 4 or 5 inches. I don't have a doe tag, so I'm like, I don't even know if I can fucking shoot this deer. I don't even know if it's long enough to qualify for a buck tag.
Above the ears.
There's an inch definition. It's either 3 or 6, and I couldn't remember which one it was. And I'm like, it's fucking right there.
It's 6.
It is 6.
Well, I believe it's 3. The ears are usually about 3 inches tall. So if it's above the ears, it's a shooter.
It was right there. It was fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, and that's the thing, like, you know, and I don't mind taking a buck like that out just because it was fucking. It was like a tiny little unicorn horn on the left side, and there was nothing on the right.
So they do
on the right
exist.
side. It was
The other thing is, you don't have to take them to get registered anymore. You can call it in.
You can, yeah. So I guess technically, I would have been fine.
You do call it in. You don't register them anywhere anymore. You have to call them in.
Yeah.
Call it in, or you can do it online too.
Yeah, you
Right,
do them
right,
online.
yeah.
I think there are some bars that are actually like they'll help you, like the Marsh. I'm pretty sure they'll like help you register it or whatever. But yeah, so I let that spike go. That was the 6th deer that I saw that day.
Well, and it's early in the season yet too. You know, you got plenty of time to fill that tag.
Yeah, well, once gun season's done, and then I think is it T-zone right after gun season?
I believe.
So like I've got like 3-4 weeks, and I don't normally gun hunt, but
I think they get a week break, and then it's T-zone.
Yeah. But then so when those 5 deer in that little pack were going through, I could tell the bigger doe, and they were fucking around. I was just kind of like, just get through. I just need you to get past me so I can, because I'm frozen. I'm standing because I was expecting a fucking buck.
Yeah.
And but then I could see the big doe kept looking away from me, and I'm like, all right, well, there's more deer off that direction. Well, sure as shit, there was 3 more there. At one point, I had 8 or 9 deer around me.
Yeah.
At one point, in all those, besides that dipshit spike, but couldn't believe it. And they were all coming in pairs of 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised about that this time of year, but
They must not have been able to smell you worth a damn then.
the wind was perfect. I had a perfect fucking wind for that
Well,
stand.
even gun deer season. I mean, the majority of the does I see are accompanied by other does or 1-year fawns.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, majority. I mean, I've seen some loner fawns. I've seen some loner does, but
I was surprised to see a doe with her 2 little ones this late, because usually by now they're already rutting. Once the does go into heat, they're gone. The little ones are fucking gone. And,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I still see them coupled up, or a few of them at a time.
Yeah,
I see plenty of that.
Yeah, well, and you'll see like it maybe they were just. I
wonder
know.
if predators have anything to do with that, depending on predator population. If there's a large amount, if they just want the babies to stick around for more eyeballs, or
It
if
could
it's,
be. I mean, it's definitely a safety thing for sure.
When bucks come in a rut, they're fucking ridiculous. Guys that have had doe piss on them, and they're out hunting, they come down, they gotta go pee or they go walk around or whatever. They'll get attacked by a buck that's in a rut just because they smell like a doe.
Yeah, I've heard of that shit.
I've
males
also heard the plenty of warnings. Do not put this on your clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
like bucks go retarded, but
yeah.
that's not to say females do. I mean, I don't know much about how the does act when it comes to that time of the year, but when it comes to predators, females don't have much to fight back with. They got eyeballs and running.
Yeah.
And if it gets close enough, they'll kick it or hoof it or whatever. But it's not like a buck where he's got even a spike.
Right.
Even a spike is a formidable foe against a
Well,
small
and a lot
pack of
more weight
coyotes.
too, and a lot more weight behind them.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and then factor in the testosterone that's running through them, and just their mental state with it at that point, because they're fucking nuts.
I would almost think a predator would back off of a buck this time of year during the rut and stuff.
It's possible. It's possible that they're a little bit more cautious.
Yeah.
I would imagine that bucks don't get targeted very much anyway, in general. But you talk about the does during the rut. My dad always tells this story, and take it for what it's worth. But he was bow hunting during the rut. This is probably 20 some years ago. But it was the same stand I was hunting today.
All of your
I'm
dad's
sure.
great stories are from like 20 years ago.
he peaked a while.
Yeah.
Back when hunting was still good.
But he always tells a story where he had a doe coming in. Buck was running her, and he's like, she wanted nothing to do with him. She was fucking pissed. And this buck would not let up, and it was he said it was body wise biggest deer he's ever seen.
Oh yeah.
And he said she busted him. She busted my dad, and she fucking kept an eye on him, but circled all the way around him at 30 yards with this buck and tail. Basically, like, get this fucker away from him. Like, she was setting my dad up to take the shot, so he says, and he ended up shooting and he showed me the tree. He shot right into a fucking tree, right into a little sapling, maybe 2-3 inches, 3 inches across, and with a bow.
Yeah.
And you could see the marks in it. When I was a kid, he showed me that. It was fucking cool, but yeah, he always tells that story. Like, yeah, she caught him right away and eyes on him and led the buck right to a shooting lane for him.
No shit.
Like, I don't know, it's fucking crazy, but.
So I got a buddy of mine that probably 3 weeks ago now, 2-3 weeks ago, right towards the beginning of bow, he had a doe come out and just stood broadside and almost like she was like, take me, you know, and he ended up putting an arrow through her, pushed another fucking arrow out of her when he hit.
No shit.
What the fuck?
Pushed a fucking arrow out of her.
Holy shit.
Ended up getting her. She ran probably, I think he said like 50, 60, maybe 80 yards or something, but he said he seen something come out and he was like, it didn't look right. It wasn't like blood spray or you know, blood dripping or something. He said he thought it was like a piece of straw or a stick or something weird, you know.
Shit.
And
Robin Hood that thing.
yeah, fucking shot it and pushed out a fucking arrow that was busted off. So
Jesus Christ.
Back to what you were saying about you were surprised that the fawns are still with the does. Last year I got 2 deer. It was opening day. I got a fawn by itself. So they were shooting to my west. I'm assuming the doe got shot. The fawn just ran. Well, it stopped. 200-yard shot. I dropped it.
Okay.
And then that following Friday, on the last weekend of deer season, sitting in the woods, and a doe came through by itself. Much bigger, full, 2-year-old doe.
Yeah.
And I got her, but, she was by herself too. Now, the year before that, I was hunting in a tree stand. 2 doe and 3 fawn came walking in.
During gun season.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, maybe
that might have been a Friday too. Jamie, what day of the week was that? Oh, maybe it was earlier. Maybe it was like Tuesday.
Can you start over?
When I was at your family's property hunting, and I got that fawn. It was a fawn again. I emptied I emptied my damn gun, and I hit 1 deer on the last shot. Giant buck was following them. And here I turn around and it's running away, and I emptied my gun.
Oh, that's.
I'm gonna start teaching you how to make explosives.
Thank you.
You need help.
Yeah.
Sometimes some claymores.
I am a pretty good shot, so I don't know what was with me that day, but.
Were you smoking the shit or were you drinking it?
Everybody's a good shot, Dan.
You're a good shot until you get it knocked out.
That's how it works up there, though. If there's does around, there's always usually a buck on tail.
Now, up north especially. Or is that where you guys are talking about? Up north?
Yeah, north of Francis Creek.
I'm thinking way up north.
Between here and Green Bay.
Yeah.
But no, that's just the characteristics of all the deer up there. Usually there's always one. If you catch them. Unless they're running, then, yeah, you don't know. They're scattered. But
Well, speaking of up north, I got a buddy of mine that was up there. Was it today or yesterday? Posting pictures of him ice fishing already up by Wausau area.
Yeah.
What?
yeah, I saw a couple people throwing
You're
shanties
fucking
around.
kidding me.
Already got it going on up there.
Those sled shanties, they're light enough and 2 inches thick. You can walk on it.
Oh my god, that's
Ballsy.
fucking. Dude, I remember last year we were talking about trying to get the boat in the water on New Year's Day because it didn't fucking ice up till like the last
Yeah.
week of December in Shawano where we have our place. I think it was my mom. I was like, if it's January 1st and there's fucking open water, we're going. Like, we're putting the boat in January 1st just to say we fucking did it. And yeah, this year it's not even gun season and they're ice fishing already.
God, it must have been. I think I was I 17? But it was a super mild winter, and I used to golf a lot when I was in my teens and early 20s, and yeah, I did that. January 1st, there's one golf course open in Howard's Grove. And I went golfing.
That's cool. Yeah, well, wasn't it this spring everything opened up really early? If I remember right, they were on the Fox River in like February already.
Yeah.
And didn't they have somebody on the news who was like water skiing or some fucking absurd thing?
No, I don't know.
Oh, in like a dry suit. I thought I remember seeing something about somebody who was water
yeah,
skiing.
yeah. I think they had a jet ski out there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But no reports last year, but I think 2 years, 3 years before that. So it seems like somebody always gets caught on the Fox River on a chunk of fucking ice floating on the river.
Yeah.
They're drilling a fucking hole and it splits that chunk of ice off and they go away on the fucking river.
Happens in the bay
Them,
every year.
them in their quad or them in their
or something,
sled,
doing fucking
sled
Huck
shanty.
Finn style floating down the river. So,
dude, that's got to be pretty fucking scary, man. Like out in the bay when that shit happens and those icebreakers come through and like the waves from the boat will crack and you float.
Oh yeah.
And like I can't fucking imagine all of a sudden having that realization, like, holy shit, we're on a floating ice cube. Like we're not connected
You're
to
not
land.
controlling it. You're just at the mercy of whatever
I was
fucking do.
at the mouth of the Fox one day fishing. It was during the summertime, but they had a ship that was coming through. They dropped a shipment of coal, and as they're coming out, the water raised about 4 or 5 inches as they were pushing their way out of the mouth, and then as soon as they passed by, the water level dropped about 8 inches.
Wow.
So I mean, there's a lot of weight being pushed, a lot of water.
A lot of displacement
So that's
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine what that's like further up, where all of a sudden it's not used to receiving that much variance, all that weight from the ice. It's got to make up for that 3 inches of drop.
Right.
It just got to fall and crack and
Flex.
yeah, that's. Well, and then you see the guys out there, like he said, January if it's not iced up, there might be some ice from the shore that breaks off or something, and they're flying down there with their boat, 20, 30 miles an hour. All of a sudden, boof, hit a chunk of ice.
I remember years.
She go.
I think it was that real cold winter we had. The walleye run was on, and they couldn't get up the river because there were ice jams at the bridges, and there was some guy in a Ranger boat. Fucking, they couldn't launch at Voyager into Pier because that was totally iced in, so they had to launch at the mouth, and this guy trimmed up and set the boat on the ice and cracked it from the fucking I-43 bridge all the way up to the dam.
No shit.
Broke fucking. It was like it was story I was told was a brand new boat. $60,000 Ranger. This guy's fucking just sets her on the ice, just cracks it all.
I do that with my piece of shit. I got a fiberglass boat, but it's like from '84, so I give 2 fucks about it. I'm gonna end up painting bedliner on the bottom of that bitch anyways, because some of the places I go fishing are real questionable. You might find yourself,
What do you like
taking
to
a
fish
stump. Usually pussy, but I'll go for fish every once in a while.
Like perch, walleye? What do you?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's a mixture of
This
things.
last fall, he was hitting the trout.
Oh yeah, I went fucking bananas on trout this year. But
Yeah, I remember that day you called me. It's like, fuck, if I would have known, man, I would have just jumped in with you.
yeah, well, I didn't get shit going on that day until later on, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock. And
That was that last place I told you to go, huh?
yeah, and I ran into salmon, caught my first salmon ever. So
Hit the
Not too
rivers,
bad.
hit the spawn,
Yeah.
the run
yeah,
up the rivers.
and the funny thing is, because you told me to go
Highway
down.
T out of Branch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Up
sure.
by Reese Mills. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you told me to go check. Well, I was down by Manitowoc River, and this guy's like, "Oh yeah, water's too high, and they're not even running yet, and whatever." And
Bullshit.
so I went. He told me about Branch. And I went down to Branch River, and there wasn't much going on there. And then I was like, "Well, I ain't seen much here for trout." I hit a couple holes where there should have been trout in there, and there wasn't nothing going on. But then I heard a bunch of commotion, splashing. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So I walked over there. I thought maybe it was a bear or deer or something fucking around in the water. And I went to go peek around. Holy shit, there's salmon. I was like, That dude didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Like hell, there's not salmon running.
Dude, I'll tell you this right now. I'm gonna cut you off. That guy had no idea what he was talking about because the salmon are not gonna swim up a shallow river. They want deep water so they can get up with ease.
Where I was fishing on the branch, there was pockets that were deep.
Yeah.
But there's certain sections that are only 3 inches.
And they'll make it through there. But
Yeah.
So if it's deep by the mouth, they're gonna start running. You know, it's when the water in the mouth is low that they're not gonna move.
Well, and he was talking about on the Manitowoc. He's like, the water's too high right now, and he's like, by now you should see nothing but tails cresting the water, and there was nothing. And I was like, well, it's probably because one, it's really fucking mucky, you can't see them, and two, if the water's really up a foot, you're not gonna see them.
Yeah. When it's shallow, you're going to see them running like crazy. When it's deep, when they like it deep, they're going to stay
And it was fast. It was fast water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love that. Well, maybe not the current against them, but they still, that's in their nature to go upstream.
Oh, right. And they go to the stream where they were born. So.
Deeper the water, the better they are.
Well, and knowing now that there's fish in there, I'll go ahead next year and pull some more salmon out of there. So...
Yeah, that was always my hot spot back in the day. How long ago was that? 2-3 weeks ago?
A
month ago, yeah. When was your birthday?
Something like October 12th.
Yeah.
So
so a month.
Yeah, I was on my birthday that I caught that night.
Yeah, month.
Because I came down to Manitowoc the day before and didn't catch a motherfucking thing. So. But yeah, I found a secret little honey hole this year. It's produced every single day, 60 trout a day. So, I mean, we just hammered it. And then next year we're going to go in there, before the opening, we're going to go in there, clear out some of the brush and shit that's clogging up the stream and make it a little bit easier to fish. And there's some debris and shit.
You're going to get that.
It's weird. It seems like you can't go anywhere that hasn't been touched by people and there's fucking plastic or cans or whatever. You know, and this guy's there's one cabin that we came across when we were walking up the stream, and I don't know if this guy's like a fucking dickhead or if he's just a drunk and doesn't give a fuck. But you get about 200 yards from his property, he's got this dock or this deck that he built across the river, and about 200 yards from the stream, all you see is fucking beer cans all over the place. And we picked all those up and threw them up on shore. So next year when we go to cut all that shit out of there and clean up that stream a little bit, we'll pull them out of there. But he had a boat that was tied off in the river, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, if I go,
don't discriminate on yourself here or incriminate yourself.
Yeah, well,
he's already done that.
Yeah, like I give a fuck.
Well, first of all,
what you taking me for being an asshole? I'll take it.
To go out there and cut brush out of a river because it's in your way, that's illegal.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, like
whatever.
I mean, it's a natural.
They gotta find me. It makes it unfishable. You know, if the river's unfishable, then what's the point? You know.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying, but that's like. I heard this story a long time ago. Guy was fishing this area of the lake. Didn't have a boat, so he just fishing from the shore, and straight up, every cast he made, bringing back weeds. Now there's a lot of fish in that spot because you could see him jumping all over the place, but every cast he made, he was pulling out weeds. So he goes into the water, pulls every fucking weed out. Solve this problem.
Well, see, the stuff that we're cutting down isn't actually touching the water. It's not in the water. It's just, it's like thicket and just weeds and brush and whatever bullshit that it grows in towards the stream because that's where the open area is. They're trying to get to
I fished a lot of areas like that. It's almost impossible. I fly fished a lot of areas like that, so it makes it even harder when you're fly fishing.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, I think I talked to you about that, going over to Michigan next year or something, going on that fly fishing trip with me. And that normally where I fish there, it's not an issue. But there are spots in the river where that is an issue. river gets narrow
Right.
and stuff's overgrowing and kind of hanging over and it's like,
Well, see, I don't mind the
there's a
stuff that's
fucking
in the
honey hole
river.
right there. You could see like 80 salmon swimming in and out of it. And
Yeah.
you can't get a cast in there because of the shit hanging over it.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is with the place where we go, if there's stuff that's in the water, I leave it. I'll clean up areas so that you can walk through.
Yeah.
Because there's certain times where you get trees that are falling, and just the way shit's growing in, you just can't get through. So it's like you have to backtrack and do a big fucking circle around or cut a couple little bullshit thickets down and get through. But I mean, it's not like you're going to disrupt the ecosystem that's there. And if anything,
Or rerouting the river, Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. so a lot of times what we'll do is we'll take that stuff and we'll throw it in the water on top of something just to keep that fish crib going.
Right.
So, but I mean, we don't go in there and disrupt nothing. If anything, we go in there and help clean up, because anytime we find garbage or see anything in there that's not, native, we pull it out. So, I pulled out a fucking gill net that one day, and I don't know what somebody's doing with a gill net in a fucking trout stream. I don't even know if that's legal.
I
I don't think so.
I-
It's
Probably
questionable.
Yeah. But
See, I get worried about doing stuff like that, pulling it out, because if it is illegal, DNR pulls up to you, check your license, and here you got this gill net. It's like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's one thing. You can tell somebody it's going to be organized and put together and whatever, because you don't want to get tangled up. But if you're
Yeah.
ripping it out of there, it'd be like, fuck this dickhead.
Yeah.
I ran into, I don't know if it was a fish or a crayfish trap or whatever it was, and you're supposed to have them tagged. You're supposed to have it tagged with your phone number, contact
Right.
information, or something, letting you know, letting the DNR know, whoever finds it, that this trap belongs to so and so. And the trap was laying up on shore. Somebody must have forgot about it. Never came and got it. It was anchored off to a post on the shoreline, and there was no contact information. I pulled it out of the water and got home and threw it in the fucking garbage.
Right.
So, whoever's that is, sorry you lost your shit, dude, but follow the fucking rules. Don't be a dick. So, I mean, it's simple. There's a lot of stuff people don't agree with as far as laws or whatever, but a lot of times the laws are there to protect the habitat and the wildlife. They're not there for the people. So, I mean, it might affect or fuck up your day, but a lot of times it's there for the animals' benefit, not for us. So.
Absolutely.
Did anybody hit you up, Saul, on your topic? Anybody
Graham,
give
I've been messaging back and forth, but
There you go.
yeah, I went out today. Beautiful day. Can't complain about that. I don't know where you were, but I didn't have any wind. There was no breeze or nothing.
It was real subtle. I actually had to use my douche flute to figure out where the wind was blowing. I would, because it holds, it hangs just a little bit in the air. So this morning it was circling. It was southwest, which is like the absolute best I can have. Then it would go anywhere from southwest to northeast. From southwest to northwest to northeast. It would go like that, and so yeah, it was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting that way, but it was so soft. But I'd actually prefer to have a little bit more wind, just because your scent kind of just lingers there, collects.
Yeah.
But I didn't get busted. None of them smelled me. I couldn't. They hit my entrails. They did not fucking smell me. I don't know if I got lucky or what happened today.
Power of the flute.
I'm
That's right.
I'm a firm believer in, and I've talked to Boone about this, and I mean, I've been hunting for 20 years. I've been smoking, drinking coffee, fucking pissing next to my stand for 20 years. I get a deer almost every year. Not every year, but
Yeah.
just about every year, and it has nothing to do with your scent.
You almost got one before hunting season this year.
I did get one.
That's right.
I left that fucker in the ditch. But
In case you guys didn't know, Dan likes to hunt with Hondas.
But no, it's I know there's a lot of hardcore bow hunters out there. I know one from my past, and he would climb out of his tree stand, walk 100 yards to take a piss because he didn't want that.
Yeah, my dad
scent
does that shit.
around
People
his-
bury it
yeah.
and everything else.
And it's just like, you know what? I think deer are more curious about those smells. Or they straight up don't care. Now, if they're walking into an area and they're cautious, and then they catch your scent, then they're out of there.
Yeah, well, yeah, because that's what happened to me on Friday was, and now granted, she was close. She was 10 yards at most.
Yeah.
But, you know, she was getting right. I'm like, oh, God, here's the part where she fucking smells me. And, yep, all of a sudden you could see her, like, put her head up, kind of lick towards her nose a little bit, and just head snapped right at me, fucking stomp, jump, hops away. And I didn't move a muscle. It was
Right.
just she could smell me. So, I mean, they know human scent. It's, yeah. Well, and that's the thing, too. I mean, piss is piss. You know, just because it's human piss doesn't mean it necessarily smells different than
Well, and you got to understand,
the
too,
deer.
people during turkey season, they run across deer and shit like that. You know, I got a specific story. A buddy of mine, Corey, was out. He's got a video of him turkey hunting, and he's got a doe that walks right up to him and, like, is inches and smells him. Like, she's right there in his face.
Yeah.
I think she might have even touched the phone with her nose.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I've heard of stories. One guy was...
Doesn't necessarily mean with,
Well,
somebody else on a
he was
camel.
younger-
Josh just sent that today.
Yeah.
It was a doe at his feet,
Doe at his feet.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
And I've heard stories. The one buddy of mine, he was sitting out in the woods and he was playing. It was like one of these squeeze bottles, and it was apple scented. So he put some apple scent outside of his blind, and it not only attracts because of the apple scent, but it covers your scent up. Well, he's sitting in this little log blind that he built around this tree, and he's just kind of squeezing the fucking mist up into the air. Sure as shit, little fucking spiked buck pokes his head over the guy's shoulder looking for fucking apples. I mean, he didn't care if a human was sitting on this pile of apples. He wanted those apples.
My uncle, he got one of those full body suit 3D with like the leaves on it, like the actual like
a ghillie suit.
Yeah, ghillie suit, and he had a fawn come in. He slapped it.
Oh yeah.
The fucking fawn got right into his face and he cracked it across the face. Or he came home, he was so pumped about it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, my dad, I grew up in Illinois, but my dad's friend down there and his friend had land up in Mauston.
Okay.
And so they would come up here every year, go deer hunting. Well, out-of-state residents didn't have that. Back then it was, you had to apply for a hunter's choice.
Okay.
And that might even have been back when it was hunter's choice. If you were in a group, anybody in that group could shoot the doe, but the guy with the hunter's choice had to tag it, obviously.
Say right, because not everybody necessarily got permission, so to speak, or a tag.
Yeah,
It was a select.
The hunter's choice tag was
Like a lottery,
buck.
basically.
It was a lottery, and you either got a buck or a doe. You could not shoot both. It
Right.
was you had this tag, and you could take a buck or a doe, one
Well,
or the other.
So now, speaking of hunting season,
I wasn't done.
well, hurry the fuck up. Fuck you wait now.
My dad from out of state obviously wouldn't get this hunter's choice, so they go up to Mauston hunting. They can only shoot bucks. My dad and his buddy, I'm sure, fucking drank heavily every night. So it was one of these where my dad wasn't comfortable getting into his tree stand, so he just sat at the base of his tree and nodded off, and he woke up, and there is a fawn in his face. And the doe with the fawn is like 4 feet away, looking not too sure about the situation. And my dad kind of he woke up and just like, what the fuck? Both of them took off, He's like, last thing he expected to see when he woke up was a fawn like 3 inches from his nose, just sniffing away. Like, he smelled like booze and fucking cigarettes, and this fucking fawn walked
Sounds
right
like
up
a
to him.
good time.
I'm sure he was snoring too, so.
Right? I mean, that happened a couple times to me too. I just take a little snoozer there, and all of a sudden there's deer. It's like you get so relaxed and with the nature of it all.
And honestly, I've heard this, the theories that, and I'm sure it's more than a theory, but your body sleeps better in cooler temperatures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're sitting out in the woods. It's cooler temperatures, man. It's
Well,
like,
and you're sitting all bundled up, you get all warm and comfy.
it's
kinda
perfect. It's
relax.
perfect fucking nap time.
Yep.
You
Let
know?
out a nice little afternoon fart and good night.
Yeah. I'll get my stories done now, Dick.
Do push-ups, so I'm tired. So, a lot of people don't know there's a lot of, I guess, you could call celebrities or whatnot. People that got enough money to come up here and come hunting, but there's quite a few celebrities that come up here and specifically target Wisconsin because of the hunting we have here, the size of the deer.
Yeah.
I know Brock Lesnar likes to come up here quite often. Brett Favre comes here every year. He's got a guy he knows from the Green Bay area. He's got property around that area. Brett Favre comes up here every year to come hunt. I'm not sure if it's bow. I'm almost certain it's for gun season, but he might come up here for bow as well. But yeah, Brett Favre comes up here quite often. I know there's quite a few people that come up here.
Well, I was listening to interviews. I don't know what Packer game it was, but you know they have the post game shows on the radio and stuff, and they were I don't know what player it was, but interviewing one of the Packers, and you know it's probably about at least a quarter of the team goes hunting. Whether they grew up doing it or they moved to Green Bay and it's in the area and they went and learned how to do it.
Dude,
you know,
it's a fucking holiday, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right.
so those guys will go out opening weekend or at least opening day, whether they got a game Saturday or not, you know, or Sunday or not. But
I wonder how many people from other teams. Was it J.J. Watt is from?
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
from Pewaukee.
I wonder if J.J. Watt takes in between, you know, playing and practice and all that. I wonder if he comes up here and tries to get a couple days in.
he might come back to Wisconsin.
If he has off for like Thanksgiving, I
Yeah.
could see it. Yeah, they have a place in. It might be like Rice Lake, or it's like that, like north of Eau Claire, kind of part of the state. They've got some fucking ridiculous
Hayward or something.
land. Yeah,
I know who's that? Fucking one guy up in. He does. I don't think he plays. Jared Allen.
Oh, for the
yeah.
Vikings.
Yeah.
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 He's a big hunter. I know.
Yeah.
I think
Huge.
I think
Huge
he
hunter.
actually did a spear hunt.
Oh, like for boar.
Yeah,
or
I
something
think
like
Yeah.
you're right. Not Jim Shot. Who's that? There's a guy that's known for doing old school traditional where he does the atlatl and he does
Yeah, those are fucking awesome.
he does
Yeah.
spear and he'll do he'll make a traditional style bow, like a Native American style bow and do stuff like that. Yeah, I think him and Jared Allen did something together.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
know. I never saw the video because there is a video of it, but somebody was telling me about the Jared Allen and I guess it's incredibly hard to throw a spear.
I would
Like-
imagine.
like, yeah. I mean,
Well,
There's a
even
reason we switched
Well,
to
not
bow
only
and arrow.
accurately,
Yeah.
but you got to get enough fucking
even
oomph
even
behind
to,
that to
to
get it.
do it with hunting, you got to be relatively close. For I don't care how hard you throw it, you got to be close to get any sort of penetration. And a guy the size of Jared Allen, you'd think wouldn't have a problem. No, he got his pig, but he was interviewed afterwards, and he's like, I thought that thing was going to go clear through the animal as hard as I threw it. And it stuck in, it got in there, 8 inches, 12 inches, but he's like, I threw that thing with all my might, and I was jumping off of a roost, so I had momentum coming down, and I let go, and he hit his target, but yeah, only
Sounds like fucking Arnold and Predator.
yeah, only went in,
I climbed out the spear.
12 inches, and he thought for sure he was gonna clean spear through it.
Well, say the necessity is mother of invention, hence the atlatl. Atlatl is basically just a modified version of a fucking spear.
Well, right.
The same thing as a bow and arrow.
It gave
It's
you
a
the
modified version.
handle and the added leverage or something to it. I don't know exactly.
If you're gonna fight, you can throw like somebody who's good can throw them like 100 yards or some absurd distance, but.
And the spear traditionally was designed with that heavy spearhead. So
Well,
on the way down, it would already be heavy. That it, It's,
See, I would like to try. I think it's legal to hunt with an atlatl. If not in Wisconsin, I know other states it is.
I'm not sure if we are. I've never heard of anybody doing it.
I know. I want to say for sure Missouri you can or you could. You used to be able to, but like as much of a thrill that I get out of bow hunting, I can't even imagine. Because, like to me, bow hunting seems so primal compared to gun hunting. But then you have...
Well, now
you know,
now
but
you
it-
take the fact that, you got a 30, 40, 50-yard shot with a bow. You got to be within like 5 yards with a spear.
Well, and the
Yeah.
thing with bow hunting, too, is,
If-
is I'm shooting a compound fucking bow with pulleys and a cable.
Right.
Whereas, back in the day, it was like a recurve or a longbow or,
Yeah,
or whatever.
I
and-
had my great grandfather's longbow. That's all I hunted with till the day he died.
Yeah. Someday I wanna get a deer with a recurve because I feel like that would be, like, now you're hunting like your ancestors did thousands
Yeah.
of years ago. Like that'd be pretty fucking cool.
I think
to be able
that
to do.
is actually any bow hunter's dream. I'm not a bow hunter, not yet.
It takes a lot of skill too.
Yeah.
It's not like you said, with a compound where you've got all these assists helping you. Compound bow it's kind of the staple for bow hunting, but for somebody that religiously goes out with a recurve or a longbow and pulls a deer almost every year, you got to give it props to somebody like that. They spend a lot of time shooting. They've perfected that craft. It's an art.
Yeah.
It is. Not
Yeah,
everybody
that would be
gets into
amazing.
it and just look at I'm good. Okay, Colin.
Yeah.
Oh. Jamie's got a call.
Somebody wants to
Oh,
join.
Graham?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who?
See what Graham's got to say.
Graham.
Who that is?
Oh, keep
Oh.
going. He's
Oh.
not ready.
Oh.
Oh, we're waiting on Graham.
But I actually know a guy who he got into a bad car accident. And I was just talking to him about this, and he fucked up his right arm, so he can't shoot a comp.
Yo, hey, are you there? Hello, Graham.
Let's see if I can. Hold on. Speaker.
Is he on a voice changer?
Yeah, right.
I wish I could voice changer. Alright, best hunting story. So my family's got a little spot of land, like 3 acres just outside of Fond du Lac. We've shot deer there since I was a kid. First deer I ever shot, I shot with a 30-06 behind there.
How old? How old were you when you shot that 30-06?
Well, fuck, I've been hunting for like 5 years before I killed my first one, so at least like 17.
All right.
That's not too bad. It's not like 15 years old, 13 years old, and you get smacked in the shoulder, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm never going hunting
No,
again."
I only ask because I got a 9-year-old who's going to be hunting next year, so I'm just trying
Yeah,
to.
they just passed that law.
Yeah.
You should take him this year.
Just get him a semi-automatic. It'll
Yeah.
work way better than a bolt. A bolt will drill him.
Right?
Yeah, I'm looking.
So on this little chunk of land, we've been really good at spying them over the years.
Can you repeat that?
I said, so on this little chunk of land, we've gotten really good at spying the deer over the years because we don't want them to run into our neighbor's nicely cut grass. But now, what do you do with a spined fucking deer when you put it with a bow? How would you guys go about killing them?
I'd probably shoot it again. Try to get the lungs. Try to
Knife and neck.
Yeah.
knife it.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on, like you said, somebody's lawn versus. It's circumstantial. For me, I would, if I hunted, I'd probably go out with a knife. Same as like they do for wild boar.
Well, it depends though, because if it's a mount or buck, you don't want to wreck the cape either.
No.
Right? Slitting its throat. So, it's depending. Like if I have a good shot, if it drops say at 15 yards and I can hit it again through the lungs, I'd probably just shoot it again, straight from the stand.
Well, now you have the option because you don't have to take your deer in to register it. You have the option to walk
It's
out.
not running away.
You got the option to walk out there with a 9mm
No, it's fine.
and put it out of its misery.
That's true.
All right, how'd you do it?
Alright, so what we've gotten used to over the years of doing it is my dad says he hands us this 3-pound maul. He says, just go down there and bonk him on top of the head. He'll be fine. It'll take him right out.
Yeah, that
So,
usually works.
We've done this successfully a couple times. No issues. Like, bunk, they go down, fucking deer is, dispatched. You drag it up to the house, put it on a cart, get to work.
Wow.
So, 2 years ago, I sitting in the pitch black early in the morning, See this deer come in, I'm like, man, that looks really small. It's like a puppy or something. I can't shoot that.
Right?
Well, it starts making a scrape. I'm like, fuck it, it's got horns. So, shoot him, spine him, of course. He drops, he starts doing that barking crap. Well, at this point, we just keep them all in the tree stand now. We don't have to go back to the house and go get it and go back to the deer.
Makes sense.
Right. You keep your tools close with you. So
Right.
I walk down there, and it's this little basket 8-pointer, and he's kind of swinging around, but he's stuck between a tree. And go down there and whack. Thump him and falls over. All right, deal. I'll go sit back in the tree stand. It's still kind of dark. Hopefully a doe will come through. I'll shoot that too. A couple hours later, I tell my brother, hey, come down here with a 4-wheeler. I got this buck down here. I bonked him. He's out. We'll get the 4-wheeler, drag him up the hill. We'll do what we got to do. Brother's 4-wheeler's dead. He comes walking down. He gets like 3-4 feet within the deer. Fucking deer picks its head back up. Go get them all again. Bam! Smash him again. Dunk. He falls over. You think he's dead? His tongue's sticking out. Finally, okay. So we start dragging him because the 4-wheeler's dead. We get him probably 30 yards. This deer decides to wake up again, but at this point, we have a hold of its horns together. So we just
Wait, so you're dragging it with a 4-wheeler?
No,
Well,
just
and he
walking.
magically his legs worked again and everything was cool. Like the second bonk brought him back to normal, and we walked him up the hill probably 60 yards, got him in the backyard, bonk, smashed him again.
You just followed
This
behind?
fucker, it was like holding on to a calf and walking
Right?
around the hill.
No
essentially.
shit.
My brother works on a farm, so he's
Well, you knocked him
he's
half
used to
fucking
wrangling
stupid
critters.
twice already.
Yeah.
You've already hit it twice. You got to figure he's at least got a solid headache. Get him up the hill, smash him a third time. All right, he's done now. Leave him lay in the backyard for 20 minutes. This time we'll let the concussion take over and just put him out from internal bleeding, hopefully. Go back over by this fucker, 4th time, still not dead. All right, but he's not moving very good. Gonna go for the cut and throw. Gonna try to do it. The
Right.
people said, just go for the throw. Not fucking easy in any way.
No,
No.
it's not.
Like, I don't care how sharp your knife is. It's not easy. Like in the movies where it looks all cool, where they just go across and they start bleeding.
No.
Bullshit.
They're not doing that on a deer.
Here, everything else in the way. But I did get told this year from my tracking buddy, the guy that runs the dog like I do, that you got to get behind them, grab them by the ears, and take a 3-inch pocket knife and stick it in the back of their skull. That puts them down right away, he says. And don't
Oh.
grab them by the horns, grab them by the ears. Then you can get your hands free.
Where? Right on the backside bottom of the skull?
The base of the skull?
Yeah.
You figure if you put your hand where your neck meets the base of your skull,
Right. It's
right
soft.
below, you can feel that V right in there. You take your 3-inch pocket knife and supposedly just dive. I tried to jump on a spike like last Wednesday and do it, but he was a little quicker than that.
Huh, nice. Yeah, I came up upon a car collision with a deer one day. Oh, it was like 4 years ago, and it only got about 20 feet off the road, and then I'm like, well, I didn't have my knife with me at the time, and I actually tried to twist his neck. No, that's a tough task
Yeah.
itself. You see Chuck Norris do it all the time, snapping necks, but no. I mean, and their head can fucking pivot so
Yeah,
far back
yeah.
too, so that's not the good way to go at it.
No, I definitely would go with the bonking, or like the guy said, with not having to register him anymore, there's no reason a guy shouldn't be able to carry a 22, put it in its ear, and pop.
Right,
like that.
Right.
Exactly.
I do deer tracking, and I wish we could carry a weapon with us when we do that shit, because I've had 3 of them run away on us now. And the guy's like, let the dog go. You can't do that.
No.
No.
The dog will chase fucking deer for days.
Yeah, I saw that, and I
Good.
commend you on that, because that's no easy task either. Getting the dog to work with you too. I've trained a couple dogs in
Yeah.
my time, but
Been training 9 months. Have found 2, 3 still alive, confirmed. 1 neighbor took one across the line. So there's more rules to that shit than actually shooting a fucking deer.
right?
So you got to keep your dog leashed at all times?
Dog has to be on a leash the whole
Yeah.
time. Leash can't be any longer than like 8 feet or 10 feet, something like that. If the deer gets up and runs away, you can't continue to track it. Because the dog can be used to find what you believe to be a dead deer.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Once it becomes back, and that fucking thing doesn't stop. Like, I got a big old rake right down between my eyes, all the way down my nose from the dog dragging me through buckthorn the other night. It don't care. It don't stop and smell. It don't stop and, like, acknowledge that there's blood. The dog just knows it's on the trail and just keeps pulling.
Sure.
Right? Wow. Christ, that's got to be a
How
workout.
many guys, it's a lot of work. How many guys bow hunt in the group there?
I bow hunt.
Me.
Jamie does.
I'm trying
Dan's
to
trying
get into it.
Shot placement. That's a big thing I've been seeing a lot this year.
Oh, it's
like
huge.
Deer getting tougher or something.
It's everything. I mean, where I hunt, it's just a small. It's a swamp, and you don't dare fucking take a shitty shot. Like, it's just you take. I've gone on more mile tracks through fucking knee deep water than I'm proud to say, and most of them aren't mine, thankfully. But you know, that shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And then the deer makes it, and it's hurt, wounded for 3 months until it dies in the middle of January, freezes to death. So, ooh, that's loud.
Is that on you or me?
I think that's yours. I think that was you. It was right next to the bike.
Oh.
I should be a man to walk.
Oh, I got him on live here.
The Hammered and Nails podcast went for an hour and 15 minutes last night with my buddy after he lost. He hit a 12-point at probably 3 o'clock, tracked good blood, went over onto the neighbor's property, stopped there, called the neighbor. Guy wouldn't let him go in today, can't go until tomorrow.
What a prick.
And this is the second deer he's wounded. We tracked the first one for him, which that's the one that he lost on the neighbor's property, never took from him.
Oh.
This is at least a different neighbor, different property, so he's hoping. But topic of our podcast was how many deer can a guy wound in one season without fucking finally stopping after he just keeps hitting them.
Where do you run your podcast on then?
First time we just recorded it on my phone.
Oh.
It's more like two hammered guys sitting in my house yelling at each other because he doesn't want to go home by his wife.
What's it called?
And I'm single, so he just comes here.
Hammered and Nails, I think you said.
Hammered and Nails.
Hammered and nails. One of us is always hammered, and the other one's trying to get nailed.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys. Well, you got any other good hunting stories? Anybody else hit them with hammers or fucking chase them around with your rifle laying on top of their horns? I've heard of that happening to people.
I was just sharing a story with Steve. It kind of came up on the admin messenger. Quite a few years back, I got this basket 10, but the story is it came walking in, and the doe was following the buck. And then, so I hit it at about 80 yards. It was not broadside. It was walking directly toward me. So I hit it right in the chest. And it immediately started to run, and it didn't change course. Continued to come straight at me. So it covered those 80 yards, and I reloaded the next round. So I brought the gun up, and it went click. But it jumped over the trail I was sitting right next to and died at my feet. And that was, I mean, you talk about buck fever. I get buck fever out of a fucking doe, but that was straight up. That thing died at my feet.
Deer fever, yeah.
I was fucking panicking like crazy. Like, I can't believe that shit just happened.
One of
You
my
guys like doing those big drives over in the swamp, don't you? I saw
Yeah.
some shit last year that you had like fucking 40 people together in a trailer full of deer.
one of my
Oh, that was, years prior. We didn't quite do that good that last year.
my dad's buddy, his son is probably back then was probably 13, 14. They were on a drive, and this buck comes running, and if it doesn't jump right fucking over the top of him, shoots him right over.
No shit.
Fucking shot him going right over his head. Yeah.
Oh.
But
That's nuts. Yeah, Paul.
but
The one I shot last year, little basket 6, basket 8 during gun season with my rifle. It come up. I was sitting in one of like a quarry box, 4x4 or whatever they are, and they're probably 6 feet tall on the sides to hold big rocks and shit. I'm sitting down inside of the fucker on a bucket, and all of a sudden I hear crunch, and I look over, and this little rack is like 3 feet away from me, walking past me. Holy shit! I wait till he gets around. I turn around, and I got a Marlin 30-30, so it's got the side eject, but I got top mounted scope, so you can see the iron sights underneath.
Right.
Sure.
It was like 20 feet away from me, walking straight away from me, and it's this little basket. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot him in the head. I want the meat, he's close enough. But I went to the scope rather than the iron sights, and boom!
Right
Don't
up his
see
ass.
the deer anymore, and kind of looking around, and according to my eye, here he is over to the left, just tail flickering, standing there. What the fuck happened to me? And half of his ear is missing.
Half his ear is gone.
Just ripped it right off. He's probably wondering what the hell. He runs another, 20 yards into an opening, put a double lung shot on him. And I'm colorblind, so when I start shooting at him, I don't stop shooting until they stop running. That's why I got the dog.
Right? I should
The
probably
dog's only
invest
to
in
find him
that
and shoot him
too.
with a
Yeah.
bow.
It's tough for me to even see blood on the ground that way, especially in the fall or the leaves on the ground.
So,
Speaking of deer hunting and everything, but I mean, you got to stop using motorcycles for hunting deer.
right.
Dude, glad to see
Yeah,
that you're
they,
still with us, man. That was a hell of a fucking rush.
Fuck. 100 and somewhere between 95 and 105 miles an hour we were going. We figured we were pulling in fourth
Holy
gear,
fuck.
and we come up over the top of this little ridge line, and that's pretty much that. I remember catching the gravel on the left side of the bike getting wobbly, and then my assumption was that it ended up slapping around so much in that high-speed wobble that it just slammed me into the ground on my left side and into my head, and I just skidded down the road from there.
wow.
Fucking
That was a pure just... I woke up to my buddy screaming, "Are you alive? Are you alive?" And I'm probably 60 yards on the road farther than what he is, but he's off on the other side of the road, probably 30 feet out into the fucking field. His motorcycle is trash.
Oh shit.
My motorcycle's fine. I'm all fucked up.
right.
Yep. First thing is are you alive? Yep. Second thing is we got to get the fuck away from these motorcycles now. It was a long night of a bunch of stops.
Well, not on motorcycles. I got a snowmobile story kind of relates to that. My dad lives right off a snowmobile trail, and it's a old railroad grade. And we got the sleds warmed up, started heading out, and kind of deciding what we want to do for the trails. And we decided to go head out to one of the local bars. They got great burgers out there, so we're like, yeah, let's go head out there, grab something to eat, and then we'll go finish our little loop that we do. And that railroad grade is nice, smooth, wide open, so I got a 2003 S7, so if anybody knows what kind of sled those are, those things haul fucking ass. And I'm probably doing about 105, and out of the corner of my eye, up on the top left of this little hill where they cut out the railroad grade, I see these fucking deer running down the hill, going across the trail, and it just went like slow motion. The fucking deer coming down, I slammed on the brakes and pitched the sled sideways and split the fucking deer, and I just missed. I ended up clipping her back leg. I remember her back leg kind of whipping out. I clipped the doe in front of me, and then there was a doe right behind me, and my dad I knew was right behind me as well. And as soon as I cleared that deer in front of me, I fucking gunned it and got the fuck out of the way, because my dad was coming up right behind me, doing as fast as I was, and he kind of did the same thing, just missed that deer as well, and just missed me. And that was the first time I've ever ran into a situation where on a snowmobile I had to make a split decision, and thank God I made the right one. But Christ, 100 some miles an hour hitting a deer.
Yeah, wow.
I remember my mom, she was telling me a story when she was working at a gas station out by Howard's Grove, and a guy came in all fucked up, all cut up, full of blood, piss and blood everywhere, and he has to use the phone. And she's like, sure, like, didn't know what was going on. Guy calls his wife, tells the wife to show up with the truck and the trailer so that he can get the snowmobile up on the trailer, which was barely running, and he had the fucking deer. He dragged the deer all the way back to the gas station.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. But and then as he was making the phone call, he passed out, and she ended up calling the ambulance. The guy had lost so much fucking blood, he passed out right there in front of her.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said he was probably doing about 80 or so when he hit that deer. So it's no joke, man. It's no joke.
Well, I do appreciate you calling in, Graham.
Yeah, no problem. I'm actually gonna get out of here. I got somebody stopping by.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to make our way down by you shortly here.
Fuck, it's getting cold and I can't go to the bars anymore. I'm on probation and all this other fun stuff.
Oh,
I was in
shit.
the Pokey a couple
Fun time.
weeks ago for
Shit happens when you
shooting
party
the pool
naked.
league. Yeah, shit happens when you party naked for sure. But just wait till July. I'll be back out doing dumb shit again. We'll see how that goes.
Well, then we know you're safe for the winter.
Right. I'm gonna try to find myself a fat girl to warm up with.
You shouldn't have a problem with that in Wisconsin.
They give the best head. That's all I know.
Fucking
10-4.
Fucking, because they're hungry.
They're hungry.
Oh, yeah.
They know how to eat.
Right. All right, boys. Have a good night. Talk
You
to you
too.
later.
You too.
Later, bro.
But yeah, so a little change of subject here. I got a story from basic training. It's the first day. You know, we're getting off the bus. They do the shark attack and all that shit. And you guys know who Larry Flint is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't know, he's the founder of Hustler, and his nephew was in my basic training class, and he must have been a baby child, because when we came off the buses and the drill sergeants start doing their shark attack and yelling at everybody, this kid starts losing it, fucking losing it, and all of a sudden I hear this kid like breathing real heavy. Sounds like somebody's fucking having sex over there, and I kind of like lean over and peek and look at it. This kid's fucking hyperventilating, and these 3 drill sergeants are in front of him. What the fuck is your problem? Blah, blah. They're yelling at him, and I can't breathe. The kid falls to the fucking ground. He's in the fetal position, rocking back and forth.
Wow.
Having a fucking panic attack or whatever. Oh my god. And I'm laughing my fucking ass off at this point.
Yep, that's the hardest fucking part.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You're in there and you're fucking somebody's getting razzed and you just want to fucking bust out laughing.
Yeah. Well, I ended up getting caught for laughing at him. Drill sergeant comes over to me, up in my fucking face. He is eyebrow fucking me with his hat, you know, just going to town on me. Now, what the fuck is so funny? I want to know. I want to laugh too, you know, yelling at me. And I just kind of fucking look over with my eyeballs and point like that, you know. And he was like, he looks at me, he's like,
Oh.
all right, shut the fuck up. And he just kind of walks away like, yeah, that shit is fucking funny, isn't it?
Funny, dude. Yeah.
So he ends up walking off, and then we ended up going inside the barracks, and this kid's still fucking out there. He's still, like 4 hours later, he's still out there freaking out. Like, they didn't know what to do. They put this kid on suicide watch.
Jeez. Wow.
They weren't sure about it, man. Oh my god. And then we had another kid that was on suicide watch. The drill sergeants fucking broke this kid. Drill sergeant Darn, he'd poke in the fucking room and yell at him, "What the fuck are you doing?" The kid would piss himself on contact.
God.
Just broke this kid down. Wow. And he was acting like he was at fucking Guantanamo, man. He was on the
Right?
fucking hunger
I
strike.
seen a girl do
all
that.
this shit. Like, he wouldn't eat. He wouldn't use a bathroom. He'd piss and shit himself. And
How
they
the fuck did he even get through?
I don't know, man. They recycled him like 4 or 5 times, and
Was he court ordered or what?
I don't know. So they ended up recycling him a bunch of times, and by time they finally decided we're gonna kick him out, they told him, all right, you know, we're gonna kick you out and all this shit and give you what you want. So then he turned around, complete 180, right? And then they're like, okay, well the kid's cured. They threw him back in another fucking class. Started that motherfucker over from day one, and he lasted like 2 weeks before he went on a hunger strike. Started doing all that shit again, and he was gone within 2 days. But
so he clingered him.
Yeah, pretty much.
He totally bullshitted.
That's what
him.
I was exactly thinking.
Yeah.
That same thing.
yeah, and like I said though, you know, he'd walk in there. What the fuck you doing? You know, on contact, piss himself. And that room always fucking reeked. It reeked like a fucking bar toilet.
I
man.
can't believe that. I mean, I can believe it, but fuck. I remember when, now that you say that, I remember we got off the bus, and good thing this guy was along. I'm like 6'2", but there was this guy. He's like 6'4", just fucking skyscraper in it, and just big guy, not fat, you know, just built like a brick shithouse, and he's albino, like blonde hair, fucking Casper the Ghost fucking skin, you know. Well, of course, 3 drill sergeants right up in his fucking face. Where the fuck you from, Private? And then he fucking just, he's like, Alaska. Oh, you're a funny guy, kind of shit. He's like, what are you, some sort of fucking abominable snowman coming out of fucking Alaska? You know? And then I'm like, just fucking tight-lipping this shit. And then somebody else fucking cracked down the fucking way. Holy fuck, swarmed him. Oh, yeah, that was good times.
Man, I miss that shit. I really
that's
do.
when you
I miss
learn
that
fucking,
shit.
you don't fucking even flinch on that shit no more.
It's changed since I got in.
Yeah.
I got in 2005, and
even, yeah, I was in fucking mid-90s.
I just retired here in March, and
Yeah.
like from the time I got in to the time I retired, man, the quality of soldiers has just changed.
Yeah.
You know, it's not hard nosed anymore. It's
not.
little whiny little bitches all day long. Oh, my feelings this, your feelings that. And I used to tell these motherfuckers, I get bitched all the time for being an asshole, but I tell them all the time, you weren't issued feelings, motherfucker. Do your job. You know, this ain't about you. You know, but and they all want something for free. They want something for nothing. They don't want to do their time. They don't want to, you know, you signed the contract.
Yeah.
Nobody forced you. Nobody held a fucking gun to your head. Do your job. Get the fuck out.
Me and
4 years. Do your 4-year contract. 6, 8, whatever the fuck you signed up for. Do your contract. Get the fuck out. It's too easy.
A good friend of Jamie's, and I met this guy through Jamie. He's a good friend of mine now. His son just joined the Marines, shipped out in October for boot camp. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
can't be prouder about that.
Yeah, I mean, our friend, you know, he didn't realize how hard that was going to hit him, his son leaving like that. And, but he finally received a letter last week, 2 weeks ago, the first letter that
Wow, that's cool.
his son was able to
them.
write, and you know, he's like, it's really hard adjusting to the schedule, but I'm getting used to it. You know, he didn't complain about how hard a work it was. It was the schedule that was the hardest thing for him. You know, and
Sure.
I'm sure they're, you know.
Well, the thing is, when you first get into that environment, they got to break you of your bad habits. They got to kind of hit a reset button on you. They got to get you.
Yeah.
They got to get you hard. You know.
Well, it was funny. He's stationed in San Diego.
Okay.
And as soon as they landed and got to the base, they were all given 12 or 15 second call home.
Yeah. Tell them you're alive. I'm here. Made it.
And
hang up the phone.
Of course, they advise the parents or the guardians, do not answer the phone. Just let it go to the voicemail. And it's because they are given, I'm guessing it's a script, you know, your name here and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're given
Yeah.
a sheet of paper.
He said his full name. I made it to San Diego, blah, blah, blah. I am safe and well. I love you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he still has the voicemail saved. I mean, I would save it too if it were my son.
That's
But it was really cool. And the kid is one of the happiest people I know. I mean, like, smiling all the time. And that was my friend's biggest worry is he's going to come back and he's never going to smile. he's going to be straight-faced and, you know, ready to serve his country by then, you know.
Well, it affects a lot of people differently, in a lot of different ways. Some people change dramatically, some people change very little. And for me, I had change. I mean, definitely had change, but I went to a military school before I went off to the service. So, you know, like the story I was telling about Larry Flint's nephew, I had already had a shark attack once before. I'd already been through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So that to me was extra fucking funny, you know?
Right?
and they could tell, you know, because we hadn't learned how to stand in position of tension or parade rest or any of this shit yet. We hadn't been taught that. This is day one, hour one. So nobody, and here I'm standing at, you know, parade rest, laughing my fucking ass off, and, you know, drill sergeant whispered in my ear, he's like, "You prior service?" And I shook my head, like I wasn't prior service, but I did military school. I shook my head, and that's kind of when he was like, "All right, like, fuck off," you know? But a lot, you know, for instance, like that, he's never had that. He's never been yelled at before like that. He's never had somebody up in his fucking face jacking him up for nothing. You know, he didn't do a fucking thing wrong but sign the paper.
Right.
And now he's got somebody up in his fucking grill, and he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But that's the whole point. It breaks your sense of reality, brings you to, holy shit, like, this is real.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that I don't get is how you get these people, like, because we call that kid Shit Show, because he used to shit himself.
What the fuck is wrong with these people's body fucking?
I don't, like I said, drill sergeant would show up in there and bitch at him, he'd piss himself or he'd shit himself, or a combination of both sometimes. But we call him Shit Show because he'd shit himself and it was always a fucking show. So we call him Shit Show. But
yeah, I don't know how some people can do that. Like,
I don't know,
as soon as I
man.
was potty trained, it's been hardwired into my brain. Don't piss yourself. And even when I'm fucked up as shit, I've never pissed myself. It's like, I think I've even made attempts to, like.
You're saying you've tried to piss yourself.
I think I'm trying to say that. Yeah. I think it's slightly beyond that. Like, I don't think I could if I tried. It's just not my fucking nature. I guess, I mean, I could in theory. I'm not wired like that.
The only time that I piss myself was when I'm in the trout stream. That's it. I'm already up to my shorts in water.
Lake.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
I guess I'll do it if I'm swimming in a lake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not
a pool.
I'm not gonna jump out of the fucking stream because the one time that I did do that, I got stuck in that motherfucker. So I was up to my fucking knees trying to get out, and I was like, well, I'll just piss here, I guess. And then I had my buddy grab a hold of me and try to fucking pull me out of the muck, and I ended up going down, and my fucking gun got stuck in the mud, and my fucking rod is in the middle of the stream. We had to fish that out, and so I just decided at that point, like, I'll just fucking piss right here, my shorts in the stream, whatever.
Right.
I don't give a shit. So
Well, I got chest waders, so all my fly fishing stuff has been in chest waders. But I have one story about, you know, getting wet. I hooked a fish, and it was a salmon, nice big salmon, and I jumping out of the water on the end of my line, man, I love it. There's nothing better than that. And he took me maybe 100 yards downstream, and ended up snagging on a log or something and snapped the line. So walking back to the shoreline where we kept all our stuff, my dad was back at that because he had grabbed the net and whatever. So he's back on the shoreline, and I had walked through this hole, which we never knew how deep it was until I walked through it, and it came like an inch below where the waders ended. So, and I could hear him trying to coach me through it. Don't walk anymore, you're gonna get wet. Well, I made it through, didn't get wet. And so that was the first thing I said to him when I got close enough to the bank was, still dry. And I pulled out my pack of cigarettes and I'm holding them up. And he's like, you're not back yet. The very next step I took, there was a larger rock under the water, and my foot got caught up under it, face first, cigarettes in the air, just sploosh. I stood up quick enough. Only a couple drops got down the waders, but my shirt was soaked, and my dad, I picked my head up out of the water, and he is laughing his ass off. He's like, oh, so many times I want to tell you I told you so, and I've waited for this moment.
That's awesome. Well, should we wrap it up? Jamie,
I want to drop a
going
couple
on?
things yet. Where are we going to start here? December 2nd, we're taking the bus up to Menominee Casino, watching Morgan Sickinger MMA fight.
I can't fucking
Fights
wait.
up
That is gonna be
there.
a blast.
That will be a good time. We are picking up in 2 different places, MC3's in Manitowoc and Club 920 over in Two Rivers. Get your tickets, get on board. Hopefully, hey.
Fucking degenerates.
I have no idea. So we're doing that. If anybody wants to just get together, do some bar hopping, let me know. We'll get on the bus and we'll get together and make it happen. Also this week, Decal Maker got back to me. They just moved shop, so she's almost ready to get her going. I should have decals in this week, and I appreciate. I got a couple guys that already pre-ordered the Bukkake Pro Staff fucking decal, which I don't know how that one even turned out. I actually took a nap and thought and woke up with this thought in my head of coming up with that, throwing a mermaid where the bass should be on the Bass Pro Staff. Logo should be, and my artist, he nailed it, fucking drew it up in 30 minutes, and now we're putting it on a sticky.
Well, we got new content. We got new stickers that are in the works right now.
Yeah,
Designs are going to be finalized in the very near future. We
your decal,
my decal. We may or may not do a limited edition run. So, I guess for anybody that's interested in a limited edition series, I guess
which would be the original, not the Freedom Color.
that one's coming out this week. I got them pre-ordered, the originals.
It's the black and whites.
Yep, the black and white ones. There's been a lot of talk about the 911 decal that I got on my bike. A lot of guys want that, so I'm throwing that up in the mix. The originals, the red, white, and blue BWM, that'll be available. The Muff Diver.
I would like to.
Personal favorite.
I would
A lot of compliments on that one.
I would like to do the flag series, but that's something that's kind of dependent upon the members. If they want the state flag or if they want, it all depends on orders, and because that's all custom stuff. If guys want stuff like that, I mean, the price is gonna be a little bit more, but that's custom stuff. If you guys want stuff like that, that's we got to know what we're wanting to get ordered and stuff like that. So, because I've had a few people want custom. A couple of the Aussies, a couple of the Brits.
I've been talking to Jamie about a flag design for a long time.
A couple of the Canucks.
My original thought was, the American flag, but you could put
Anything
you want on there.
If you guys just even want your home state, I'm sure we could work something out, get her going.
Yeah.
And with this move too,
we could even do sports teams on those flags.
Sports team.
I don't know about that. That
that
be
might
copyright.
copyrighted that way.
I could even imagine like the Chicago City flag or
yeah,
shit
something like
that.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it all. It's all dependent upon money for this stuff too. I don't know too many people that want to spend $30-$40 for a sticker, but
no.
I mean, if somebody absolutely wants it,
I don't think it would ever cost that much for a
I
decal.
doubt it. But
I'm curious about, okay, we give her one design, but we want her to constantly change the color.
Right.
So to a different flag design or whatever. I wonder what that would cost Jamie or the group to, constantly change that, or if it would be the same price straight through. I don't know.
Right, yeah. That's something I'd have to talk with my merchandiser here. And with this move, too, we're going to be able to branch out on apparel and all the other things. I know a lot of guys have been barking at me, and, I just want to make sure that everything's set up right and that we can get this shit just easy, flowing, give good quality stuff, and not have to fucking rape everybody for the fucking bottom line.
Yeah, we went through the first merchandiser with the ball caps, and it started out great, and then they kind of just slacked and started giving you shit.
Right. Yeah.
And we didn't want to sell shit.
No. Yeah, I remember them hats. They
Yeah.
were fucking garbage. You still got that one.
Yeah, I still got that one. So then we changed merchandisers. Well, something happened there, and it fell through. It cost too much, or something they wanted too much for the product.
Yeah, and then that one, and then it was just the turnaround. I know that we got timelines and they got timelines, and it's like, well, if you're not gonna work with us, we'll just move on.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. That's business.
So I mean, you guys that are sending out requests, it's we hear you. We know you guys want beanies and sweatshirts and other apparel and stuff like that, and that's fine.
Canned koozies too.
Yeah.
Koozies.
We're doing every fucking
That's a
thing,
big
man.
thing that people want.
Yeah,
But
it's hard to hold on to them.
for us, we're kind of on a reset right now.
I actually
That's
we
pretty
got-
much where we're at.
I actually lost my canned koozie up at Hog Wrestling this past year. So
Yeah.
whoever found
That's a lot
that
of-
one,
yeah.
congratulations.
Oh God, what a fucking
That
was
should we tell that fucking story? I don't know if we should even bring that bitch up.
We'll say that for
Yeah,
another time.
we'll that's the next one.
No,
What a-
definitely appreciate all the members that we do have, and all the guys.
Although
that,
I do got a great video of you. That chick that came up and slightly molested you, and you were like, "What the fuck?"
gift or a curse. I don't know. No, appreciate all the mods, admin, everybody, and the members that go out of their way and tag admins and mods to help police the page.
Yeah, I mean, it helps us because we got daily lives too.
Yeah,
we
can't be
can't
everywhere.
be on here 24/7. We can't monitor this,
Right.
even though we have quite a few mods and admin.
And we all work different shifts, so it works
Yeah.
out. Everybody's there at certain times of the day and night. So
So if somebody throws a tag on there and it's brought to our attention, that helps us out a lot. So I know quite a few times where somebody's tagged me and it's like, oh shit, I didn't even catch this, because it doesn't always pop up on our feed right away. So, but then there's other times too where we'll catch stuff as it's getting posted.
yeah.
So, but yeah.
Also,
You don't have to post thanks for the ad also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know guys that have posted stuff up too where it's already been posted 3-4 times that week. We're not going to clog the page up with something that's been posted 3-4
Right.
times already.
Don't need all that clutter.
I don't even like the stuff that was posted 10 years ago, and I'm seeing this meme roll back around again. It's like, it's my personal thing. I'm not going to delete it or approve it. I'll let somebody else make that choice. But, yeah, it annoys me.
Yeah.
Repeats. It's all repeats. It's just...
Also like to throw out that the 5th annual beer pong tournament is November 24th at Cheers in Chilton. DJ B. Schumacher, I think he's going to be partying it up there.
DJ, kick that shit.
It's a
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
Rumor has it everybody knows your name there.
That's a fun bar.
We're going to have beer pong there, $20 per team. The bar will add $10 per team and $5 per pitchers. 7:30 sign-in time, starts at 8 o'clock. That's kind of late.
That is a long night.
Yeah, that's late. Dude.
Fucking Buff starts at noon usually.
Noon.
And,
Yeah.
And they
a lot
didn't
of
even
times
finish
done.
it.
They couldn't even finish it last year.
Yeah. House rules will be posted, 100% payout, and stop in there and sign up. That was a little drop. I like that.
What else? We don't have anything else going on, I don't think, that I can think of.
Oh, yes. Thank you. We're also talking to a gentleman out of Florida, and we are going to be advertising a testosterone booster. I don't have a lot of information on it right now. He contacted me, so you know what? We're going to just do it and see how it happens.
I've been trialing it.
You have.
I have been.
How has it been going?
I'm feeling more energy.
Right?
Has your bedroom life improved?
Not exactly. I mean, I'm still ugly, so it's still hard to talk him into coming to bed with me. But
you're still a Viking. That hasn't changed.
I do.
The beard's getting longer.
I do wake up with a harder dick. You know, I mean.
Interesting.
You know,
now, I wonder if that would counteract the whiskey dick.
We'll have to have Admin Colin check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Colin,
come back
in.
up.
We can get him. We can get him a trial on that though.
He's too young yet.
Is he though?
That kid does not need any more testosterone.
I mean,
his mom will fucking kill us.
No, I feel it's working. I mean, for a 36-year-old man,
Did you just assume your own identity?
I didn't assume. I know my own identity.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm feeling more energy by the end of work. You know, it's not like my ass is dragging anymore. I don't know if I should attribute that to the testosterone pills, but I'm going to.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing that's really changed.
I think it's making a slight difference, and maybe if I continue the daily regimen, it'll
well, how long have you been on it now?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
When's the first time you actually noticed anything?
I'd have to say about a week ago. So I was
about a week. So about a week.
Taking them for about a week, and
which is, I mean, it's pretty standard. A lot of guys that do lifting and stuff like that, once they, you know, especially once they get over their 30s, you know, they need a little something to bring them back up to where they were.
Yeah, it's been scientifically shown that over your 30s you start losing testosterone.
Yeah, once you hit 50, it exponentially drops.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
God, I can't wait till I'm 60.
I'm not gonna market anything that's fucking bullshit. So let's see what comes of it. You know.
And you'll start seeing
stuff's FDA approved too. So
start seeing ads for it on the page. So I mean, we approve every post, so we don't want to start seeing this flood of everybody trying to advertise their product.
Yeah, we're very, very stringent on what we allow. It's not just because you want to toss us $20 or whatever doesn't mean you're getting on the page.
No.
You know, it's not about that. It's about something that we would want.
Contract it out and
definitely.
This is a business marketing thing.
Definitely, if you got a product you think would benefit from advertisement on our page, contact.
And I do have one guy. I'm not going to speak on it just yet, but I got one other guy that was talking to us, and we might even get our own, not product line, but we might get our own product label. I
Label?
guess label. I guess where he'd make up something specifically for because we're men. So I mean.
Yeah, that's all in the works. Yeah, that's
awesome.
We gotta. I'm gonna get him to send us some stuff to test out.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what goes from there. He was talking. There's different. I guess you could say scents and accessories. Whatever. I mean, it all depends. So, I'll get in contact with him. We'll talk more, and you guys might be seeing another product that's sponsored. So.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Step one to because we're men taking over the world.
Right. That's where we're going. We can only go up. All right.
We can't be any more.
Thanks, Boyer, for making your way down here from GB. As always, Dan, Steve, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess
this together. We kind of traveled, find out where the fuck we're gonna do this, and
we ping ponged around today trying to set up.
But this works.
So, oh yeah.
Thanks a lot, Graham. There was another guy that wanted to call in, but we were kind of wrapping her up. We're gonna post it earlier next time and see what we can do.
Yeah.
But
definitely
want to take more call-ins, questions, comments, concerns, fuck-offs. But thank you again.
Tell your male friends, not your women friends.
Alrighty.
I mean, we do have the co-ed page, so for these,
we should.
That's something we should bring up.
Yeah.
For those people that have a girlfriend or a wife or a friend or whoever that wants to jump on the page, send them over to the co-ed page. It's a Midwest B&B. We will be reposting a link we'll post a link underneath the podcast as well. We've got our other backup pages in case 6 get nuked. You know, I personally have banned probably 70 or 80 requests from women.
Yeah.
I've been private message like, hey, so and so sent me in, and no, it's
Also,
stop
there's
trying to
the-
add women, goddammit.
The like page too that everybody should be on, just so they can get updates
Yes,
if a page does move out.
yes, we have backups. We have
Yeah, we got that like page just in case there is a situation that 6 gets nuked. You can always be a member of the page. There's hardly any activity on it, so if you see activity on it, it means something happened, and you need to pay attention to that.
and it will be announced. If 6 goes down, 7 will be announced. Hey, we lost 6, but we got 42,000 on 6. We only got what 12,000, 13,000,
12, 17 maybe.
something like that. It's not the full
No.
amount, so that means a lot of people haven't put forth. So
Yeah,
we're missing a lot of
We're
people.
not even at half.
Not even.
No.
So,
So.
but yeah.
All right. Later.
Quentin, Tom.
Alrighty, goodbye.
See you guys.